audience of 400 billion. It's the greatest competition in the history of mankind. The International King of Sports.
You've never seen anything like this. It's the global TV phenomenon that swept the sporting world. 32 athletes from right across the globe competing to become International King of Sports 2002.
This year you're going to see some incredible events. The always popular international skids. The pace and power of speed gun run. In the pool, the underwater shot put, a test of strength and buoyancy. And the sheer lunacy of the men's individual fall down. All this and so much more.
I'm delighted to say that I've been joined by former International King of Sport champion Mark Robson. A few years ago that you won the competition. Please, Mark, can you tell us who are the teams we should be looking out for this year?
Well, the British team obviously to keep an eye on. I must point out though, this is not a team competition. It is like the Olympics. It's very much on an individual basis. The British team is very versatile. The Japanese are here for the first time, and I've been involved in the training through the winter months and also the selection process, and they've been the most adaptable nation. Little bit concerned though about the conditions. It's quite windy now. If that continues, it does affect some of the sports like international skids. You don't want a strong headwind there, because if you're lightweight, it gets underneath you. It's pandemonium. Heavyweight helps.
Thanks, Mark. Now, we'll be following the usual format of 8 heats, 4 athletes in each heat. Now, the winner goes through to the grand final, so let's meet the contenders in Heat 1.
Hi, my name's Nathan. I'm 26 years old from South Sea in Essex. I'm a gym manager and I play rugby. I want to win the International King of Sports and bring it home to Britain.
My name is Kengo, 21 years old. I'm from Tokyo, Japan. I play baseball, so in this competition, I'm gonna be the first one. Ichiban.
Hi, I'm Klaus Schmidt, 30 years old from Germany, Black Forest. My expertise are skiing and hill running. So I'm a real hill boy, so you watch me on the hills.
My name is Hugo Marburg from South Africa, Johannesburg. I'm a doorman by trade. I like fast cars, fast bikes, and no one's going to pass me in this.
In today's heat, our athletes face the double-footed over hurdles. Then the explosive speed gun run. To the pool for the spectacular water jump. Bravery a must for the headlong dive. And we head for the hills for the 10G human slalom.
Event number 1 is double-footed over hurdles. Athletes must keep both feet together at all times. 10 hurdles set along the 100-meter course must be cleared. Make like a bunny, guys, but keep your feet together.
Real tension. They know how vital it is to get off to a good start. Thorsten Richter, the highly fancied German, ranked 7 in the world, and this one of his strongest events. The South African Hugo Myburgh, runner-up in the last King of Sports final, his battle with Richter, the key perhaps to the whole event. Britain's hopes rest with Nathan Strange, but is he out of his depth here? Not even ranked in the world's top 50. And another unknown quantity, the Japanese athlete Kengo Shiomi. He's never taken part in the event before, but he does say this first event is the one he's really looking forward to. And off they go, and a great start too by Shiomi. Bounding towards the first hurdle. He's already got a lead. Oh, he slipped. He was almost too quick into that first hurdle, but he's recovered brilliantly. Remember, they have to keep their feet together. He leads. Myburgh coming through in second place in the green vest there. And Myburgh clears second, but Shiomi is absolutely murdering the opposition here. He's going for the line already, and Myburgh is slipped, and that gives Strange the opportunity to come through second, but a clear victory for Shiomi in 30.8. A brilliant performance by the unknown Japanese athlete, and that's really thrown down the gauntlet to the established stars he's taking on here. Well, it's all about technique, this event, and he had it off to a tee. Bounding like an Australian kangaroo over those hurdles. Myburgh fell, but still recovered brilliantly. But Nathan Strange, the British athlete, has made an excellent start as well. Shiomi showed them all how it's done. A superb performance by the Japanese athlete, the winner in 30.8.
Kengo seemed to have incredible spring in his legs. Where did that come from?
I think, I don't know what kind of training he does, but I think also with him he was jumping and then he was actually going over in the same momentum. I think I was coming up to a hurdle and had to stop and then bound over it. He got his rhythm really well.
Good point is strong spring, good spring. Yes, it's very important for me for this competition.
One of the problems was just the fact that I've got to cart this big fat body around. Other than that, it's just the timing and lack of practice. The last 20 meters, it's like there's no more legs left. You don't have legs left, but you have to do it. You have to finish.
A great start for the battling Brit, Nathan Strange. Second place, helped by Myberg's mistake. Disaster for the German. And where did Kengo come from? No apparent power in that smooth muscle physique, but a maximum 4 points for the bouncing Asian.
Event number 2, speed gun run. Athletes must achieve maximum speed before the end of the 20-meter track. Their speed is measured by radar the instant they hit the crash mat. Pow!
Well, this event should suit Nathan Strange because you're pretty quick. You're not a bad sevens player. Looking forward to this one for that reason?
Yeah, definitely. I've been playing outside centre this year, played in a couple of sevens tournaments, so I think this should be one of mine, running quickly, so let's see how it goes. You just got to run as fast as you can, hit the mat.
It's as simple as that, but the radar gun stops only when he hits the mat, so he's got to keep going right through the finish line, Nathan Strange, and he's done that. 18.6 his time. He'll be reasonably pleased with that, though I think there's still more to come from him. Absolutely focused and determined. He may just have lost a little ground by raising his arms right at the end there. Next up, Big Hugo.
So I'm going to take full advantage of my background in rugby to just try and drive straight through the mat, just pretend it's not there. Even though I might even think it is another player, a rugby player that I'm tackling, and just try and destroy it.
Well, I wouldn't like to be that other player at the end of the runway. Myberg, a big, powerful man, great speed. He needs a good performance here. A disappointing first event for him, and 19.66 miles per hour. He's got it. Frustrated with the first event, and you can see that in his face. Determined to make this good, and his quality really came through. That's more like it.
Secret was just balls to the wall, man. To be honest with you, put the previous events out of my head, and now it's just getting on with the job. And just happy that the first one went well, so I'm not going to lay back and sit back now. I want to improve on that, and I will improve on that.
A disappointing effort from Shiomi, the Japanese, recording 18.28. And more problems for Thorsten Richter. It's all going wrong for the German, 17.90.
So with Shiomi and Richter lagging behind, this event is really up for grabs. A great opportunity for Britain's Nathan Strange. Can he go quicker than the South African Myberg? Third and final attempt, 19.66, the time to beat. 18.65, good, better than his first attempt, but not good enough to displace the leader, Myberg. He really went for it here, Nathan Strange, and that time is good enough to take second place. So Myberg has won it, but he's still psyched up. He wants something special here. He's calling for the support of the crowd, and you can tell how concentrated he is. Tremendous speed down the runway by Myberg. Oh, that could be something sensational. And the clock has stopped at 20.05. If that's confirmed, it's a new world record. He doesn't know yet. He turns now and he's seen the time. What a celebration for the man they call the human rhinoceros.
Fantastic from Myberg, but what has happened to Richter the German? Shiomi third, another strong showing from the Essex boy Nathan Strange, but that cannonball performance from Hugo puts him in a three-way tie for the lead with Strange and Shiomi.
Well, after the first event, I was put down in the dumps due to the fact that I didn't do well, and then the other three events still to come is events that I really enjoy, events that I think could work to my strength. So yeah, hopefully I'll have a shot in it. I'll just give my 110%, and if that's not good enough, hey, the other guys will bet out today.
Still to come, the water jump, the 10G human slalom, and the headlong dive. His way to over hurdles. Hugo Myberg destroy the opposition and almost the mat in the speed gun run. But two strong second places from the Brit, Nathan Strange, keeps him in a three-way tie for the lead.
Event number 3, water jump. Athletes must run like the cheetah, spring like the kangaroo, over the bar and land into the water like a big piano. Boing.
The bar set at 140, no problems for the German, Thorsten Richter or Kengo Xiaomi. And a different style from Hugo Myberg. But Nathan Strange, disaster. Watch the knees. At 140, the first man to go out.
Oh, very disappointed. I cleared it over okay, I just hit it with machines. But I knew it was one attempt, but I'm a bit annoyed with myself, definitely.
The bar then raised to 150, and that was too much for the dive-bombing German, Thorsten Richter.
So just 2 men left who can win this water jump, and surprisingly Kengo Xiaomi is one of them. He's the first to go, brilliant over the hurdles, and this is chance to challenge for the lead again. Well, it's an unusual style, but he's safely over at 150. Not so much polished technique as desperate dive for the bar really, but it worked, and that puts the pressure on Myberg. Well, the South African's a real competitor, and he has to go clear to equal Xiaomi's 150 jump. Excellent. A huge clearance. Looked to me as though he had plenty in reserve there, Myberg. Really coming good now after failing so disappointingly in the first event. And look how much clearance he had here. Brilliant technique. Xiaomi has been a real surprise packet so far. He's been training very hard for this, and we've seen the evidence today. Oh, he's done it again. He's really upsetting the established stars. The bar has gone up to 160, remember, but it hasn't troubled this little Japanese athlete who's having the day of his life. Strange technique again, but still successful. Well, Myberg could never have expected such a consistent challenge from the Japanese athlete. He attempts 160 himself now. Oh, he's failed. He hit the bar with his knees, and you can see how angry Myberg is. He knows that could be significant. Xiaomi delighted. Well, Myberg so disappointed. A resigned smile, but he must have hoped for victory in this event. And now he's off the pace, really, and struggling to win the whole thing. Really disappointing water jump for him. And he knows he could have done so much better than that.
It's a slippy out there, man. My weight obviously is going to help me slip a lot. But I'm not taking away from the Japanese lad. He's doing very, very well. Second is for this face, it's second socks. But I'm second, that's all right. I can gas it up in the next few rounds.
Disappointment in the pool for Brit Nathan Strange, just 1 point at a crucial stage. Thorsten Richter, well, at least the German wasn't last. Hugo Myberg missing out on valuable points as Xiaomi picks up another unexpected win to put it 1 clear after 3 events.
Tell me your reaction to that.
I said only lucky. Just lucky. Yeah, I can't believe it.
Well, here we are up a great big hill in Cheltenham. I do feel like I'm going to burst into song at any moment. As you can see behind me, the guys are setting up what looks like a really tough course for event number 4, which is a spectacular hill event.
The 10G human slalom. Athletes have to run down a big hill, passing through all 10 gates. If you miss a gate, you're out. Touching the gate post is allowed, but don't knock it down or I will be furious with you.
10 gates to negotiate over a 250-metre downhill course. The German Thorsten Richter came here highly fancied to do well, but he's been disappointing so far, and now desperate to make up ground in what he regards as his main event. Well, he's appeared in every final in International King of Sports in the last 3 years, but his hopes of making it now, 4 out of 4, are hanging by a thread. He really needs something special here, and he's going for it. It doesn't matter if he hits those slalom gates as long as he doesn't bring them out of the ground. That's the important thing. Good technique by Richter, going really well. Knows that his hopes in this competition rest with that. Another white flag from the marshal. That means he's okay. He's now racing against the clock. The end in sight, and it's going to be a good time here for Thorsten Richter. He really needed this performance, and he's producing it when it really mattered. Keep an eye on that clock, bottom right-hand corner of the screen. 40 seconds as he fell over the finishing line, and right back in contention now.
The skiing technique, it seemed to help.
Yes, try to use leaning towards the pole, trying to slow down a little bit before the barriers and then speed up on the hill. It's a training I used to do just up the hill actually, not down the hill. So let's hope and see what the others do. Tough competition, but I hope my skill will help to win this and bring us home.
Richter's time too quick for the human rhinoceros from the high veld, Hugo Myburgh, 44.30 seconds. Kengo Shiomi's time was also slower than Thorsten Richter's, but he would be pretty pleased with 42.80 seconds.
Second, Kengo. Happy?
Yes, so far. Up next, Nelson has got good spike, so maybe he will win. Yes, I'm happy so far. Good. Thank you.
So the German Richter leads then. The times from Shiomi and Myburgh, nothing special. So a golden opportunity here for Britain's Nathan Strange, unknown and unfancied before the start of this competition. Only ranked 54 in the world, but a good time here could cause a real upset. And he's going well, Nathan Strange. He's slightly behind, as the clock indicates, the German Richter at this stage of the course, but he's got time to make that up, and he's going for it. Perhaps not such a silky technique as Richter, but he's making up the ground, and that's all that matters. This is a brilliant run from Nathan Strange. He's giving himself a real hope of winning this competition, and now he's ahead of Richter at the corresponding stage. This is magnificent by the British athlete. He's really tiring now as he reaches the finishing line, but he crosses it in 38.10. And he's beaten Richter in his favourite event down the hill. That's a magnificent performance.
Nathan, 38-1, you've won that heat. Tell me about the choice of shoes.
I've got the old Rugby 7 shoes on, mate. Good on the hard ground, grippy. And I needed to get one victory, so I just pelted it down there and hope I didn't fall over.
Tell me about your approach, because you're really powered out from the start.
Well, we were sort of, some people took the racing line, sort of curving it, but I was just basically decelerating into it and then kicking off and sort of doing a side step and hitting across as quick as I could in the straights. And that was it, really.
Thorsten Richter amazingly beaten in his specialist discipline by Britain's Nathan Strange. Disaster for Myburgh, hindered by his muscle mass. But Strange's determined performance means that with one event to go, he's just one adrift of Kengo Shiomi.
We've moved back to the stadium for the final event in this heat, and it is a notoriously difficult event to predict. That place in the final is still not in the bag for any of our contestants just yet.
The headlong dive. Athletes must take off from the board. They must fly headfirst into the pit. Please make sure your feet are not touching the sand first, or it is a no jump and you will be illegal.
Myburgh knew it was win or bust in the final event, but his first jump was a no jump. He overstretched.
So a desperately close competition. Myburgh's failure giving real hope to Nathan Strange and the others. It's the British athlete's first attempt. Essentially gets good speed down the runway. He's already shown in the slalom that he's got plenty of speed, and he shows it again. That's decent. Around 7.5 meters as he stretches his fingers as far as he can. That's where the judges will mark it. And it's 7.53. Perhaps more to come from Nathan Strange, but a decent first attempt for him. Kengo Shiomi, second attempt. He's the man that Nathan Strange has to beat to have a hope of winning the competition overall. Real courage needed here. You can't think about the consequences as you fly down that runway, face first into the sand. He lost a shoe there. He was so determined to get as much distance as he could. Over 8 meters, I would think. 8 meters 29, a brilliant effort by the Japanese athlete. What a day he's had, and the others now have got to beat that. So Myburgh, number 3 in the world, but strangely inconsistent today, really needs to show his quality now. He has to beat that mark of 8:29, and it's a brilliant effort by Myburgh. Superb jump. But hold on, I think maybe the red flag, yes, he's had the red flag. It's been deemed a no jump. And here's why. He cleared the board all right, but the foot in the pit rules him out. It all hinges now on his final attempt.
Decisions, and then final, apparently.
But you got to go for it now.
No, trust me, I'll still go for it.
But then, incredibly, Britain's Nathan Strange did exactly the same thing. Now both men had just one jump left to try and secure a place in the final.
Mate, do or do it, last one. Just going to go for it.
You going to try and change the technique at all?
Well, I have to pick my feet up, wouldn't I?
Third and final attempt for Hugo Myburgh. His chances of appearing in the final for the 3rd time in his career all depend on this. Runner-up in last year's International King of Sport. He could go out unless he produces here, and that's a magnificent jump by Myburgh. Is that enough? No! It's a red flag. What a disappointment. His 3rd failure, and he's out of it now. Well, Myburgh thought he'd got it right here, but his foot in the plasticine rules him out of a place in the final. What a moment then for Britain's Nathan Strange. Came here with no sort of form at all, but if he produces a real good effort here, he could astonishingly, and against all the odds, win a place in the final. It's all down to this 3rd and final attempt for Nathan Strange. 8:29, the distance to beat. Well, it's a good effort, but I fear not good enough for Nathan Strange. He just didn't have it when it really mattered. 7:05, and that means that victory goes to the rank outsider, to the Japanese athlete Shiomi. Great celebrations for him.
Kengo, great Japanese spirit. What do you want to say?
Firstly, I appreciate my parents. And secondly, the Japanese fan cheer me up. Yes, I'm very happy that I won.
A heat of shocks. Germany's world number 7, Richter, out. South Africa's world number 3, Myburgh, out. A fabulous performance from the Brit Nathan Strange, but have we found a new star in Kengo Shiomi? Japan, the first country to be represented in the final. Kengo, to be honest, he doesn't look powerful, he doesn't look athletic, he doesn't look as if he should excel at anything, but he has got that rising sun determination, and the very fact that he's put out the bodybuilding bull of the high veld, Hugo Myburgh, is going to give him a psychological edge for the final.
And join us next time when 4 more athletes will be battling it out to get their name on the International King of Sports finals board. We'll see you then. It's goodbye from Cheltenham. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And those would-be finalists will be in action again next week on International King of the Sports. That's at the earlier time of 5 to 6. Keep it here on 5. It's movie time in a moment. Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver starring Ghostbusters. Coming up next.